Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here. This next story that I do actually want to share with you guys comes out of Louisiana, and it involves an atheist student who was literally bullied by school officials for basically not standing up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Now, I kind of want to read a part of this article to you guys because I think that it does a really good job in regards to exposing the ugliness that people have to offer when it comes to dealing with people who think differently from them. Now, guys, this story again is absolutely disgusting, and it starts off by saying the American Humanist Association's Abagnani Humanist Legal Center sent a letter to Superintendent Donald Aguilar detailing the unbelievable things that Junior Raymond Smith had to deal with in his school. The student in question, for personal and religious reasons, does not wish to participate in the pledge exercise in any manner. On Monday, April 11th, he tried to remain seated during the recitation, but says he was intimidated into standing by his teacher, Mr. Romero, who reportedly used an expletive, yelling at the student and calling him fucking disrespectful. The following day, the student decided that he would try and find the strength to abide by his principles despite whatever bullying the teacher might inflict upon him. When he remained seated, the teacher took him out into the hall and lectured him about soldiers dying, apparently suggesting that opting out of the pledge was somehow an insult to the military. An interpretation that is, of course, the subjective opinion of the teacher. The teacher then improperly demanded to know why the student wished to sit out, to which the student, who remained respectful at all times, replied that the exercise posed a religious conflict. The teacher, of course, was dismissive, saying there was no religious conflict, and warned that the student would be taken to the office if he continued to opt out of the activity. Then today, April 13th, before the pledge was even recited, Mr. Romero reportedly took the student out to the hall and again badgered the student for wishing to not participate in the exercise, telling the student that he should move to a different country. Wow. The student tried to end the conversation several times, but the teacher would not allow it. Mr. Romero said the student would be written up each day if he didn't participate, adding that he, the teacher, had the support of the administration on the issue. He then sent the student to the office. The student's nightmare did not end there. This horrific treatment of a young man who wishes nothing but to opt out of a voluntary exercise was compounded when the student went to the office, where he was told incorrectly that federal law has no say on the matter and that Mr. Romero has a right to set his own rules regarding pledge participation. He was then told that he would be required to take his class in the guidance office if he refused to participate in the morning exercise. The student tried to explain himself but was told that he was being disrespectful, of course. He was then asked whether he had been allowed to opt out of the exercise at his last school, to which he said yes. He was then told, in what he reports was a very rude and unprofessional manner, that he should have stayed at ECA, where you can do what you want. Wow. Fucking wow. Now, guys, I will never understand why these Christians who are involved in these situations feel the need to bully students for simply exercising their rights. This student does not deserve to be subjected to this type of negativity. And to be honest with you, if I was in this student's shoes, if I experienced exactly what this student experienced, I would literally sue the school for every penny that it had. And that is how I feel about this. How long does this have to continue before something is actually done about it? These Christians who involve themselves with this hateful attitude obviously have no respect for the law. They have no respect for the Constitution, and we have seen examples of this time and time again. This immoral behavior, again, must be stopped. Otherwise, it's going to continue to get worse unless something is done about it. And that is how I feel about this situation. So please let me know what you guys think. Again, in the comment section down below, I would really appreciate that, and I will see you next video.